You're welcome to this week's edition of the Magnate. This program, we call it Mentoring on Television, lending a voice to business growth. That's exactly what we're going to be doing on the program today. The program parades industrialists, corporate players, professionals from diverse fields. How are you coping with the economy? The inflation, is your take-home pay taking you home, or is it even taking you to the bus stop? Today, we shall focus on multiple streams of income. And guess what? We have who should know. Somebody, like they always say, a cap with so many feathers, but a focused administrator. To capture his profile, let's give you this citation. When we come back, you agree with me, he's really the right choice for this topic. We'll be back shortly to commence an interactive conversation. Join us.
ADEWALE SONAIKE is the Deputy Managing Director, Business Development and International Business of Codeville Business Solutions PLC, a business process outsourcing and information technology solutions company. He has over 3 decades of professional experience spanning marketing, banking and business development. He is an entrepreneur and a philanthropist. ALHAJI SONAIKE, as he is often called, is the chairman, Ike Microfinance Bank Limited, Al-Fatihah Communication Nigeria Limited, and TWS Consultants Limited. He also sits on the board of Foster Estate Limited, Codeville Investments Sierra Leone Limited, and Codeville Global Solutions Zimbabwe. In the last 11 years, he had particularly carried out major market penetration for the most innovative automation business strategy revolution in the public sector with the AutoReg business solution developed locally for the automation of motor vehicle administration and documentation in Nigeria, which is currently operational in 22 states of the Federation. By November 2006, after almost 15 years of successfully handling increasing responsibilities in different organizations, Wale joined Codeville Investment Limited to offer corporate finance services and business process re-engineering consulting to organizations. Wale was instrumental to the birth of the AutoReg franchise, which is responsible for the automation of motor vehicle administration and documentation, and has seen it grown from 1 state at inception to 22 states of the Federation. He has maintained an approachable, community-friendly image, promoting brand message through speaking engagement. Wale completed his higher diploma in business administration from Yaba College of Technology and immediately proceeded to qualify as a professional banker with the award of Associate of Banking Institute, and thereafter proceeded to Olabisi Onabanjo University for his BSc in Banking and Finance, and thereafter earned an MBA from Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, Edo State. He has attended numerous management courses in process optimization, customer relations, project management, operational and strategic planning, leadership development, and change management. He is a fellow of the Professional Excellence of Nigeria, PEFON. Wale is an alumnus of the prestigious Lagos Business School and London Business School. He is as well a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, FCIB, and Institute of Cost and Management Accountants, FCM. In 2015, the Nigerian Red Cross inducted him as an associate member in its platinum category for his contribution to the aid of medically vulnerable individuals. In his early career, Wale started as an intern at Nigeria Development Bank in 1991, which has seen him traverse from one bank to the other, ending up with First City Monument as group head. Public sector Lagos. Charitable activities, religious activities, and relationships with media sources such as the Nigerian Police Force, Lagos State Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, Odogbolu Muslim Community, Akoka Central Mosque Community, Redeem FM radio station, and Punch newspaper. Wale is a mentor to a whole lot of young professionals and has demonstrated vast knowledge on e-commerce, entrepreneurship, leadership and business fields in which he has been called to speak. Wale holds the titles of Asiwaju Muslimi of Odogbolu and Chairman of Odogbolu Muslim Community respectively, and he is sitting president, otherwise known as Amir of the Companion. He is happily married to his heartthrob and blessed with lovely children.
You're welcome back. The program is The Magnate, and it's my pleasure really delighted to welcome to the studios of Ames Media Company Limited, ALHAJI Wale SONAIKE, the Deputy Managing Director of Courtsville Business Solutions. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Tell us, what is multiple streams of income?
Thank you very much. It's nice being here once again. I think the topic is very right, particularly now that take home is not enough to take people home. What do? Income. If we have to start with income, what's an income? Income is the amount you earn over a period of time or in a consistent manner. If you work in an organization, your wages is your income. At the end of 30 days, you get your pay. If you are into business, you buy and sell. What you sell is what you earn, and from that, you earn your income. When you reduce your cost from your sales, you make a margin. Beyond income, we can go further to determine what's a profit. However, based on your question, multiple streams of income is a process where you are not totally relied on a particular singular income. You know you have to earn money. You know you work and you earn. But what you earn is not enough. Even when it's enough, if you are entrepreneurial in nature, you are not just comfortable any one stream of income. So you want to earn multiple streams of income. You have your hands into quite a number of things. You are working in an organization, 30 days make one pay. Beyond that, you are also doing so many other things, especially now in this age of social media. People get involved in quite a number. And you'll be amazed at so much an amount that people make in terms of extra income. So multiple streams of income, in a nutshell, is that consistent income that goes beyond what you earn as a salary, but you earn from other sources.
Okay. Now, when you say multiple streams of income, must it be related to your primary income, job? Must it be related to your job?
Not necessarily, not necessarily. It could be diverse. One, you are a professional, you are a banker, you earn a particular amount at the end of the month. There is no other time for you to earn any other money. So you are restricted to that bank or to that amount you earn. But if you are entrepreneurial in nature, your weekend, you may dedicate it to other things. You may get involved in part-time teaching, for example. You earn additional income. You may get involved in sales. You have someone who imports a particular goods, you sell it, you earn income. So it does not necessarily have to be in a particular line. It could be multifarious. It could be in many places, as many as you have the capacity to do. For example, if you have an investment in property, you are a banker or you are an accountant, you build a house, it's a commercial house. You earn income from that house. You get involved in a partnership with somebody. Maybe you set up a firm or accounting firm, or you are into land speculation. There are so many ways by which you can get involved in various income. And this will give you extra income beyond what you earn. So it doesn't have to be focused. It doesn't have to be a particular area. It depends on your ability. You can also get involved in sales. You can get involved in trading. You can get so many. But you know what? Even these days, social media has made life a lot easier for us. You can be in the comfort of your room and be marketing.
Do you recall during the pandemic when a lot of people were forced to stay at home, and then a lot of logistics companies, courier services sprung up? What role do you think technology has to play here, particularly for those who are not challenged, who are not ICT compliant, and say, internet, it's not my fault, and all that? What can you say?
Okay, thank you very much. I think first and foremost, we must begin to understand that we are in a new age. And being the new age goes along with being digital. The world has gone digital, and we can't afford to lay back. In every business that we do, we have to find a way to digitalize it, such that it brings in a lot of convenience. It saves you cost, because there are so many costs that will have require you setting up an office and all what have you. It's not necessary again. It has bridged that gap between setting up a business and making profit. Now you can be in the comfort of your room and do business and sell it. The pandemic brought us closer to it, because prior to pandemic, most advanced nations are closer there. But for us that are developing, it just brought it out clearly that we can't afford to sit at home. You have to find something doing. And I'll give you examples. I know at least 2, 3 people that during the pandemic, rather than sit at home, they decided people must eat. Let's deliver food to people in their houses. They went on Instagram, advertised food, and people were buying. They went on Instagram and advertised food. People were buying fruit. They go to the market, they buy the fruit, they deliver. Dispatch comes,
Courier.
deliver, courier. And they make money.
Mm.
People make money that they will not be able to earn in a year. They make it in one month.
Wow.
In 1 month.
Mm.
And I know I was discussing with someone last week, since the pandemic came on board, she has started and she's still doing it. She delivered juices to people in their house. And she has more than enough order every now and then. And when I made further inquiries, she said God has blessed her with that process, with that services. And that she's earning quite a good income and she's comfortable. And what does she do? She sits in the comfort of her house. The dispatch goes to the market, bring food, they process it, they heist it and get it delivered the following day. And you make your money and you're home and dry. So one thing that we must begin to understand is that if you have to make a difference, then don't sit idle. Don't sit with 30 days make 1 pay, because that will not take you there. In fact, part of the things that we learned very early in banking was that if you earn a salary, you will be comfortable. But if you want to be rich, you have to do beyond
diversify
salary. You have to diversify. You have to look into other areas. And looking into other areas does not necessarily mean that you have to go it alone. You can even go into partnership.
Partnership. Okay.
We have different skills. Someone can be a marketer.
Full soldier.
Someone can be a strategist. Someone can be a professional in a certain area. 2, 3 people can come together and deliver. And you make a difference. But what this has taught us is that Nigeria is a peculiar country, right? Because we have to fend for ourselves. Every person you see on the street is earning for that being on the street. Therefore, there is no lazy man.
It's interesting that you talked about partnership, because sometimes, all in the name of diversification, we go into areas we don't really have core competence in. Don't you think that people should have full knowledge of whatever they want to go into?
Yeah, first and foremost, one of the books I read very early in life, The Richest Man in Babylon, right? If what the book taught us, or what I learned from the book, is that anything you want to do, first and foremost, you must have the knowledge of it. If you don't have the knowledge of it, you are wasting your time. So anything you want to do, how much knowledge do you have about it? Who are you working with? Who are you partnering with? If you need an advice, don't go to a wrong person to seek an advice. You must seek an advice from someone who has done it, who has been successful in it. So that person is able to train you, you are able to pick 1 or 2 things from that person, and you can move on with it. But if you are asking a wrong person, you are not ready to grow. Then personal development, very, very key. Important. Even when you start earning money, don't let your money be idle. Let that your money work for you. What do I mean by that? You keep money in the bank, your money is idle. But if you invest that money in other areas, then your money is working for you. Therefore, you make another stream of income. From the money that you have earned, that you have invested, the money is working for you, you are making extra income. And there are various forms of investment you can go into, depending on what is suitable for you.
It's interesting. Before we go into the various forms of income, let's go for a short break. This is the Magnate. We are chatting with an astute banker and administrator and the Deputy Managing Director of Codvi Business Solutions, ALHAJI Wale SONAIKE. We'll be back shortly. We call it mentoring on television and lending a voice to business growth. This is the Magnate, and we're looking at multiple streams of income, quite relevant in this period of our economy. You're welcome back to the program, sir. When you have to diversify and focus on other streams of income, what becomes your loyalty to your primary assignment?
Well, depending on how you look at it, depending on where you work. Yeah, there are organizations that promote entrepreneurship in people. And that does not necessarily mean that you have to leave your core business to go and use the time for your office to do other things. It depends on what are those things that you are doing. Not every business you do requires your attention full-time. If you are a full-time worker in a place, yeah, you can be another full-time in another place. It's either you are doing it part-time or you engage people to do it, and all you do is monitor. They come, they give you feedback. You also advise on
And
what
that's
are
where
the other
technology
areas.
comes in.
And that's
A
where,
phone call,
with
WhatsApp.
technology, a lot of things are done with ease, right? You don't necessarily have to be there physically. You can also go through your report online real time. Technology has made life a lot easier for us. But the issue of loyalty, yes, because we are who we are, right? We need to instill discipline in people, because once you give somebody a little chance, they take it beyond normal.
100
And
kilometers.
that's the challenge we have. Even when someone works with you and you allow the person to do other things, is the person fully dedicated to your work? Not in all cases. So you must have a way to draw the red line and say, don't cross the line. If you cross the line, then that is not it. But the truth of the matter is that we have to encourage ourselves, because every entrepreneur is a creation of job. When you are an entrepreneur, you are creating a job. You are creating a job because you need somebody to work with you. You need someone to be in your office. You need someone to do other things. And you will have gotten 2, 3, 4, 5 people engaged. And if the business is big, you can have as many as 20 people working with you, as many as 50, depending on the kind of business that you are doing. Diversification is good. It encourages extra means of earnings, and that is quite good. However, like I said, you have to be conscious of what time are you dedicating to that other business that you are doing.
You know, you have a, is it a slogan? I'll call it now. Codvi, the best place to work. Is that it?
Yeah.
You have this 3-day skill acquisition where most of your staff are the resource persons, and that further encourages them to even pursue their passion. Is that a way to encourage people to pursue multiple streams of income?
Okay, the first thing to note is that we didn't just wake up and say we want to start doing a vocational skill acquisition. We look at the environment where we're operating and we feel that we should be able to give back to the society. You'll be surprised at the skills that people have acquired that for capital they've not been able to set up and do on their own. But through the vocational skill, they're able to train a lot of people, they're able to transfer skills and knowledge, and people are beginning to set up on their own. Sometimes we also do sponsorship to support the people that we have trained so that they can actually start something on their own.
Okay, quite interesting conversation so far. Now, some watching will say, is it not somebody that has money that will go and invest in property, in bond, and all that? My money cannot even take us home. How can I go and invest? What's your counsel for such a person?
Well, let me tell you the truth. If you are not able to save small money, when you have big money, you won't be able to save. It's about discipline. If you earn 100,000 monthly, if you decide and say that I must save 20% of that money monthly, you will discipline yourself. I know people that have what we call a template for expenditure. And that template, what it means is that you set a bar. Every month, I'm not going to spend more than a certain amount, irrespective of whatever situation that may come.
Wow.
Once you get to that limit, you close your eyes. You close your eyes, because that is what is discipline. If you are not able to do it when you are earning 100,000, I tell you, when you start earning 1 million, you won't be able to, because human wants are insatiable. It continues to come. It is limitless. You just keep want to acquire. If you buy one land today, tomorrow you want to buy another land. Next tomorrow you want to buy another land. That's the truth. But if you don't save, how do you get that done? So first and foremost, you must learn to save out of your income. That's number one. Number two, if you are lucky to have another extra income, you can decide that this income, I'm not going to touch it, because you are not improving on your standard of living. The mistake that we make, that most people make, is that once more money comes, I want to live large. Someone who has been working for 30 years, you see him in a Jeep. Someone who is starting work today also want to ride a Jeep. Why do you need it? Why do you need it? That's the truth. So you must learn to discipline yourself, save for rainy day, save to invest and earn extra income. And if you do that, it will be rewarding. If you want to build a house, you don't need to build a house in the first 1-2 years of your working life. You can begin to save. You can have options to build a house. It doesn't mean that the first house you build, you must live there. I've experienced it, right? You can build a house for the sake of I want to build a house, but not necessarily mean that you must live there. You can generate income there to pay for where you are living. and have extra income to take care of other things.
Interesting. Very
Right?
apt.
In most cases, people want to live large. You want to build a house and live there alone. Why do you want to do that? You can build a commercial house, live in one apartment, rent out the other apartment, and earn income. You must be focused. Your eyes on the ball. When you have your eyes on the ball, this is where I'm going. And what are the steps you need to get there? How many times do you plan? I ask people when you are going to work in a day, what are you planning to do? Did you even itemize it? Some people just say, I'm going to work. You get to work. I'm here to work. If you do that, you just be like every other person. But if you want to make a difference, I have 8 hours to work. The first 4 hours, this is what I'm going to do. 1 hour break, I can use it for ABC. When I close, rather than go home and sleep, I can do 1 or 2 things. So these are ways by which you can plan and earn extra income. If you must, earn extra income. Not everybody is made to
Competent.
competent to earn it, because that's what we call passion. Anything that you do and there is no passion in it, you are just wasting your time. Because people that you give opportunity to work with you, they will betray that trust. So you must have competence, you must have passion, you must be consistent, and your focus must not be derailed in any way. If you follow these tracks, this way, you will get there.
I recall the national discourse where you pulled the sitting vice presidents to give the keynote speech, and that was a topic on agric, food sufficiency. What's your take on people talking about diversification to at least even have backyard farm? And then, of course, what have you done with that, your laudable projects with agric?
Thank you very much. We are a country that is blessed. We are a nation that God has given enough resources. Yeah, agric is just a basic business that God has endowed us with. If you have a small land, you can farm, which is what we call subsistence farming. You want to farm for you to eat, right? I do that in my hometown, for example, where I have a sizable land. I also plant maize. I plant
You go to farm. You go to farm.
I don't need
you
to
pay
go.
people to go to farm.
I have the land, and I get people to get it done.
Okay.
And that supports.
Sounds more interesting.
So you want to eat fresh food, you can get it easily.
Fresh corn, like.
Exactly. However, if we have to be factual with ourselves, the agric that we need to do to make a difference is what we call mechanized farming. But how many people have money for that? That's why CBN is promoting agric lending, right? They give guarantee to banks to lend to people who wants to go into agriculture. So if you have studied agriculture, for example, and you want to go into it, fantastic.
You are the chairman of Ayekwe Microfinance, right? Afate Communication. Just share with us, how are you able to manage all these enterprise, ventures, conglomerates, and still, make a mark at your primary assignment of Codvia as the Deputy Managing Director?
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. All these things didn't just come overnight. They are part of things that you have trained yourself to do over the years. Right from over 3 decades, we've been working now for so many years, and we've been able to train ourselves in so many disciplines. And that has allowed us to diversify. And that has also allowed us to see things in different perspectives, right? What we do, if you take, for example, the microfinance bank, I'm just the chairman. I'm not the managing director, so I don't do the day-to-day activities in the bank. There are people that we have employed. Our own is to bring money and invest and allow people to run it. Then you give oversight function so that you make sure that they follow the rules and regulations and they are successful in it. That's one aspect of it. The other
one, banking experience coming to fore there.
Exactly, very much. In fact, one of the reasons why doing that was because we have this banking experience and we needed people to assist. And through the microfinance bank, we've been able to empower quite a number of people.
Interesting.
Because they have access to loans, to be able to do business, apart from the people that we have employed. Even the community, the people, they see the bank and they're happy because they're able to do their day-to-day activities and run their business with it.
Okay.
So, but beyond that, you can, that is just a particular line of side business that you say, this one, your money is working for you. There are so many other things that you do because you sleep, you wake up, you think of other things you want to do, you see opportunities, you want to plug into it, and then make sure that you also earn good income, legitimate income from it.
What's your counsel, your final words to everybody? When one person or the other is going through a lot of hardship in this time of our economy, particularly the youth. What's your counsel?
Every one of us should look at ourselves and determine that I want to be better. I want to be better than where I was yesterday or where I am today. You must have ambition, you must have a goal. When you dream, you must dream big. If you don't dream big, you go back to sleep and dream big. When you dream big, then you are able to put your hands and your legs and your body and your soul and your mind into everything, and because you want to be successful, you want to excel, you want to make a difference. That's the only way you can do it. Anyone that is a laggard is not going to get anywhere. But if you are determined, if you are focused, and you are forthright, I'm sure you will surely make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The Deputy Managing Director of Codville Business Solutions. Thank you very much for coming on the program and lending your voice. That's our program today. The Magnate, it has been mentoring on TV. I'm sure we have been able to add value to whatever business intention you have. Join us same time next week for another interesting edition of the program. It's been the Magnate. Bye for now.